Hello and welcome back again to the Pip and Paddleopsicopolis podcast. And I'm your host, Daniel, and I'm joined here by Avatar expert, co-host,
Andrea.
Andrea.
Hello.
No Jasmine. Jasmine will be taking a bit of a break. She is doing school, and it's November, so school sucks in November. It's cold, it gets dark really fast, and there's a lot of work. So we wish her luck, and she should be back, uh, hopefully in December. But yeah, anyways, how you doing, Andrea?
I voted
She
for the
voted.
first time for a presidential election today. That was really exciting. 21 years in the making.
Hey yo.
Work has also been very stressful. I've never drank coffee before until this week.
Is that
So
rough?
now,
Wow.
now I'm a coffee drinker. Yeah, not too much has been going on with me. How about you?
Not much. Just I'm back in the office working. These are about to get a lot stressful for me. And that's pretty much it. Nothing excited. I don't think any of us almost died this week, so maybe the streak is finally broken, or someone is about to die for real because this is coming in back with a bang. Hopefully not though. Got dark. Wow.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But I don't know. Maybe something happened to Jasmine, and the streak's still going on. We just don't know about it yet. And let me think what else has been going on. That's pretty much it. That's our lives. That's segment of the podcast where the part that everyone loves and cares so much about. The whole reason everyone listens to this whole show. I guess I should explain the show because I never do that. I've done it like twice. The first time and like another time where I remembered what to do. But yeah, so this is the Pip and Paddleopsicopolis podcast where we talk everything Avatar, from Avatar Aang to Avatar Zang.
Don't do it. Oh my, he did it.
I did it.
He did it. You know what? I'm going to threaten to leave this podcast again.
No, because we're me and Andrea made amends.
No, we didn't.
Well, she owes me an apology though.
I owe you an apology?
I said
no.
Yes.
No, you owe me an apology because you called me the dumbest person on earth because I know that boneless wings are wings.
Okay, me and Andrea have been having this conversation for about a week and a half now, I think. She claims
He's being dramatic. It's been like 3 days.
It was before Halloween, so it's been a minute. Andrea claims that boneless wings are wings. I say
Because
they're
they
not
are.
wings, but they're not.
But they are.
The wing of
but
a bird.
They are.
They're not. A boneless wing is not even wing meat. It is chicken breast. The worst part of a chicken, some would say. And
what? Are you what?
The chicken.
The breast is the best part. What the fuck?
No, that was silence. It is. I love
the best part.
I love chicken breast as much as the next guy. You know, it's good for you, but it's not the funnest part of the chicken.
Yes, it is.
Wings and legs are much more. What my butt. Listen.
Dark meat is no. I don't like dark meat.
What kind of dark meat?
Like, you know how like breast is white meat and like the wings and the legs is dark meat?
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought chicken was white meat straight up. What constitutes white and dark?
It's like the composition of it. So like
you're telling me that a chicken leg is different than like the
Well,
other part of
the
meat,
textures are totally different.
but it's like the same. So if you eat like,
Listen, like think about it. Just think about it, okay?
I mean, I understand the
The way
textures
they
are
use their
different.
muscles, you know, like
Is that what it is? Like if there's
it's
more
like
muscle,
like
then
if you ate a human,
uh-huh.
like you know how like we have all different types of muscle, we all use them differently and everything.
Yes.
Like the meat in your thigh is gonna be different than the meat in like your shoulder, you know?
Like I don't
Like it has to
not
do with like the
that,
muscle density.
I guess. But I thought it was called white meat because it's white.
No, it has to do with like the actual composition of it.
Okay, so I don't want to get religious here, but I'm gonna get a little religious here. During like
Okay.
Lent, people, depending on like who you are, you can eat like it's okay and sometimes to eat white meat, but not like dark meat, right?
I mean, like in terms of Catholicism, they're just like no meat. If you're like one of the more lenient ones, they're gonna be like, well, technically it says dark meat, so I'm gonna eat white meat.
So if I had a wing, that's like breaking
That's
the
dark
rules.
meat.
My mom's gonna be so mad. Okay. Well, anyways, fuck that conversation. What the point is, people who are
Boneless
listening,
wings are wings.
boneless wings are not wings. They're chicken
Yes,
breasts.
they are.
If anything, they're more closely related to a chicken nugget, in my opinion. They're just chicken nugget with flavor on them, and they're not wings because a wing is a body part, and I have never seen a bird with a boneless chicken wing trying to fly because you know what? It wouldn't work. Why? Because they're not wings.
No, it's a wing,
It's
just without the bone.
it's not ice, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I screenshotted facts to Andrea that said boneless wings is chicken breast. And she said, no. I Googled that shit and I was like, bam, facts. I rest my case. People, I'm
You
gonna
did
put.
not. There was no claim evidence warrant. Okay.
Get her out of here.
You can send screenshots of whatever you want. If you can't back up what it's saying, then your argument doesn't matter.
I'm gonna write a full report on this. But I want the audience. I want the audience to prove you wrong here. And
You know what? Put a poll up on the Insta.
I'm gonna put a poll up, but also comment down below. Boneless wings, are they wings? Or
Yes.
are they not wings because they're not wings? Because Daniel's right.
Oh my god. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't have expert in my title for nothing.
You're not the chicken wing expert. And you're
Yes, I am.
failing at it a lot right now. I sent you facts.
You didn't even know chickens had white and dark meat, so shut up.
I think you're wrong about that. I need information.
Dude, are you no, literally. There's dark meat because they need more
I don't
vascular.
understand what that means.
There is more red fibers involved with like their legs because they need that circulation to keep them moving and walking and blah blah blah. They don't need that much vascular density in their breast, which is why it's white.
But what if they're trying to flex?
What?
You know, flexing on the ladies with their man titties. So
No.
wait. Okay, so you're saying this is not the Pip and Paddleopsicopolis podcast anymore, guys. You're saying that because they use that body part more, it's considered dark meat. So
No, it's not about like.
So
okay.
what if like
because
what if the chicken started like doing
because they need to use their legs more.
Mm-hmm.
there is going to be more blood circulation in their legs so that they can get the oxygen that they need to create ATP and function, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because of the amount of red fibers that are in their legs, it makes the surrounding meat darker.
So if the chickens
Because
started doing push-ups or bench pressing,
but they can't.
what if they did?
But that's not the point.
What if they did? Would then that change on that particular chicken? Would it change their breast into dark meat?
No,
It would still be. Then that doesn't.
it would
No.
still be white. It would
Why?
just be hard for it to get the oxygen there because there's not that many vessels.
It's my dog. It likes to
You know
sing.
what? Your dog made a great point. Your dog made a great point, and your dog said that you should shut up and we should talk about the episode.
And I think he's crying because of how wrong you are. I've never known someone to be so wrong.
No. Listen,
That-
I live with two dogs. I know how to speak dog.
Nah, I don't think you do. I think think
I
your
do,
dogs are
but I
wrong.
do.
They're from Minnesota, so
No,
they're wrong.
no, they're not. They're
so
not
wrong.
though.
Not real dogs.
One
They're probably
dog,
like
one
fake
dog
chickens.
is from Michigan.
Oh, that's even worse. Sorry to all our Michigan fans. I'm just kidding. We love everyone, especially all our fans listening out everywhere. I don't know where people are listening. I don't know what this podcast is
But just
anymore
thank
right
you
now.
for listening in general.
Yeah, thank you. Our numbers have gone up a little bit at a time. Please comment down below or DM us, email us, or whatever. Tell us where you're from. I want to know where our audience is from. I want to know all the stats. And I also want to know that Andrea is wrong. Thank you.
Oh my god, I'm never wrong.
Oh boy, you're about to be so wrong. Anyways, moving on with the show.
So wrong. Shut up.
Some Avatar news. Andrea, you have Avatar news?
Ish, kind of.
Cool,
I don't know.
cool. Yeah,
So I don't know if anyone is a part of Avatar Stan Twitter, but this past week it was Yue Tara week, and that taught me that people shipped Yue and Katara. And like I was looking at some of the fan art and stuff, and like people were like drawing them as Tui and La, which like the moon and the ocean spirit. So I was like, okay, that's a nice little touch. I personally don't ship them, but like reimagining them as the ocean and moon spirit was kind of cool because you know Yue does turn into the moon spirit. But anyways, yeah, happy belated Yue Tara week to anyone who celebrated.
Yay.
Yeah.
I have like two. Let's go with the one that's Avatar news, like actual Avatar news. Well, it's not Avatar news. It's just today when we're recording this at this very moment. It is the day Appa and Aang got reunited. Little spoiler alert. Sorry about that. Or maybe it's out of context. You don't know what that means. But if you know what that means, you know what that means. And the other news is that Brian Konietzko, probably butchered that last name. Sorry about that. Not Avatar news exactly, but you know, he created or partially created Avatar. He just launched an indie label record thing called Ceruleum Records. And at the time you're listening, I don't think anything's come out, but next week he said some cool stuff will be coming out. So hopefully that'll be awesome. I wonder what kind of tunes and things will come out of that. I'll definitely keep an eye on that, and we'll probably talk about it on the podcast, whether it's good or bad. Probably good. And
speaking of bad,
yeah,
this freaking episode.
This is probably the worst episode this season. Like, usually I'm pretty optimistic. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is fine. But I'm very, very, very disappointed with just so much about this episode. And it hurts me more. If you thought I was
a hater last episode, oh man.
Boy, if you love this episode, I have no idea what's wrong with you, because this episode is bad, in my opinion. And it just hurts me because Dave Filoni directed this episode, and I love Dave Filoni episodes, and I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I love Dave Filoni in general. But this episode, garbage in my opinion. So much wrong with it. I don't even know where to start, but I guess we'll start at the beginning.
And you can tell what happens in this episode.
I'll take that honor this week. So we open up with a Momo. He's chasing like a bug thing, and then he gets caught in some traps. You know what? I'm not even gonna go through it like we usually do. I'm just gonna give you the general gist of this episode. So Sokka has instincts, and he decides to walk because he says that Zuko is finding Appa too easily because he can see him in the sky. So they walk. They run into some Fire Nation people because Sokka's instincts were wrong, and then they get like ambushed. But then the Fire Nation gets ambushed by Jet and the Freedom Fighters, which is a group of children who's been fighting against the Fire Nation since the Fire Nation destroyed their villages and killed their family, it seems. And then Jet is a piece of shit. He's a terrible character, in my opinion, for multiple reasons. Katara is dumb. Aang is dumb. And Sokka knows what's going on, but no one listens to him. And yup, that sums it up for me. Because this episode is just full of dumb people, and it just makes me mad because it doesn't fit their characters whatsoever. It just doesn't make sense. But
it literally doesn't.
I'm gonna just start at the beginning here, and kind of just go through it point by point in chronological order. The first thing I want to touch on is at the beginning we see Momo, like he gets caught in the traps, and then we see some. I think are they hog monkeys? I believe.
I think they were some sort of primate.
Yeah, so my question was, so they're Fire Nation traps and they're trapping animals. Is the Fire Nation eating monkeys? Or like what's going on there?
I think they're meant for people, not animals.
I feel like that makes sense actually. I didn't think about that. They're probably selling them, but why would the Fire Nation do that?
You're a weary traveler looking, you're going through and everything, and then you like probably get hungry and you see berries on the ground, so you're gonna.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought you were talking about the animal. You're saying the traps are for people.
Yeah.
Those traps are way too small for people.
We don't know how big hog monkeys are.
Well, how big is Momo? He's tiny. He's like a cat.
Well, traps aren't meant to make you feel comfortable.
I guess, but I feel like if that trap closed on you, it would be like a saw trap, and it would like crush your body.
Okay, well think about it. Fire Nation's occupying this place. They're aware of the kids that are like terrorizing all their battalions.
Oh, so it's little people traps. Oh, okay. Okay, good point. Good point.
You could look at it both ways. Like freedom fighters took the traps that were made for them to try and capture the Fire Nation. Or Fire Nation has them small to try and capture the kids.
Okay. Good point. I was just thinking they were going to eat the monkeys, but
I mean, that's also a thing too.
I hope not. They're like,
I mean, you're in the middle of the woods. You got to do what you got to do.
It is a hog monkey. So it's like a pig monkey. So maybe it's like doesn't taste like a normal monkey.
I mean, whatever normal monkey tastes like, yeah, I'm sure it tastes different.
Yeah. Are there normal okay, later on we find out that
the bear is like the only normal thing here.
Right.
And everyone's perplexed by it.
So I wonder, are there normal like just basic creatures in the universe?
No.
There's not like prime chicken. It's got to be like chicken frog or something.
Well, they have a pig chicken, remember?
There's a pig chicken.
There's a pig chicken in the series. I don't know which episode. No, it's with Zuko alone because he's like, no one can sneak up on us.
Isn't the pig chicken the symbol for Toph too?
No, that's a flying boar.
It's a flying boar. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. The next thing I have. Do you have anything? Mine's like right after this actually. Cause
if it's right after that, I don't think I have anything just yet.
So my next topic is like my next point I mean, this episode was bad, so I just trying to pick at anything I could find, to be honest. But Sokka says they should walk, right? Because whatever. Um,
Yes.
and I was wondering, can Appa just hover, or like how does that work? Like, what if Appa just flew kind of like low to the ground?
Um,
Because like when they're
I feel like
little,
that would be hard for him.
because I feel well when you look at
Because
the
if he's
baby
flying
bison.
close to the ground, he has to weave through all those trees. That would
Mm-hmm.
get annoying.
True.
And I feel like that's a waste of energy.
Yeah, but is it that much harder than like weaving with your full body, like in walking? How tired do you think he gets more tired from flying or from walking, like a flying bison? Or is it like the same,
I
like a bird?
okay, in terms of birds, flying is very energetically expensive. Like very
Okay.
energetically expensive.
How does well that's a question I think we brought up before is how does Appa fly? In the lore it says the bison taught the airbenders how to airbend. So do they airbend or what's going on there?
The bison are airbending.
Okay.
That's how the airbenders learned how to glide from bison.
So they're gliding?
Because they're the original benders.
Right. Mm, I think he could totally hover.
I feel like it wouldn't make sense for him to hover though. Because he's gotta flap his tail.
Okay.
Like he can't just softly do that, you know? It's gotta be a full boom.
So
No.
it's like a whole force thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I was thinking that too. So I guess if you're around Appa when he like takes off, it's like standing behind like a jet engine, you're gonna get blasted with air, right?
Yeah.
Like
I'm
if
pretty sure they do that later on somewhere in the series.
so don't fly behind bison then either, because I feel like it constantly
Well,
like
yeah, no, you're just gonna get decked with air.
right. Okay.
Not that anyone would be flying behind a bison either.
Yeah. Because
But I mean, if you're at a safe distance, it
hmm
also wouldn't matter.
yeah. But anyways, do you think there should be a leader? Moving on.
I like I don't think so. They're children.
But so Katara says boys always think there needs to be a leader. Do you
Mhm.
think there always needs to be a leader?
Mm, it depends with what you're talking about.
I feel like in this group, like the gang, there should be a leader. Who should be the leader, in your
I
opinion?
think Aang should be the leader.
But he's just a goofy kid.
So is Sokka.
Yeah. Would it be Yang? I feel like well, not after this episode, but I would have given it to Katara.
I mean, she seems like the most. I mean, she's had to be pretty much a mother her whole life.
Right. Yeah,
I
and like
think
at the
she would be. I think
beginning,
she would be a responsible leader. I don't know if she would be the smartest, but she would be responsible. Like at least Sokka, he's learned some sort of like tactics from his father
so
and
you're
like
talking
wanting to
like
be a warrior.
so you're talking about warrior leader.
If they needed a warrior leader, I would say Sokka.
What if but if they needed like a stay on task leader, would that be Katara?
Yeah,
Okay. And then Aang, he's
he's just not there
he's just
yet.
not there yet.
He needs to mature a little bit.
He'll lead the world into balance someday. Yep, that's what I got so far. What do you have anything?
I mean, oh my god, this episode is a joke. Okay. So, okay, I'm just confused because where would Sokka have learned that vibration trick? Because last I checked, there weren't really trees in the South Pole.
Maybe it's like you stab an iceberg and maybe you can hear fish underwater kind of thing or something like that.
Could you? I'm trying to think of the properties of water to see if you could actually do that. But then again, science doesn't matter. This is a cartoon.
I
Because we
think
already saw that the physics in the Fire Nation don't add up.
I don't even think it would work in the situation he used it in. I feel like he was way too high up in a tree. The vibration might dissipate by the time it got up there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. He probably read it in a book or some shit. Or maybe his dad taught him.
I feel like he's not very
You're right.
book savvy.
Maybe, I don't know. But speaking of that scene, a couple episodes ago, you roasted the old man for being ugly. And I was like, yo, he was getting mugged. That's not cool. But then I saw this old man, and then I realized I didn't like this episode. So this old man is ugly.
No, the old man in the Haru episode's way uglier.
Oh my. Yeah, he is. This guy just looks evil, though. Like, I would totally have been like, yo, what are you doing in our forest? Because that goatee and the eyebrows, and he's also wearing red. It's just
But he's an old man.
yeah, but so was like Sozin and shit, and he killed everyone.
Yeah, but do you think Sozin would be strolling around a forest like that?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know. He probably did.
But he'd have the palanquin.
The Pine King?
Palanquin.
The thing he writes in.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure I knew what you were talking about. I want one of those. I would go everywhere in them. I don't have anyone that would lift me. So I would just be, I would get it and I would just get in it and I would go nowhere.
Okay, so speaking of the old man, if you were the old man, would you have vouched for Sokka when he came to the village to warn them?
I want to say no, but then I think yes. The first watch, I was like, nah. But the second watch, I understand because Sokka kind of stood up for him. So, yes.
But it's an Earth Kingdom village.
Was the old man a Fire Nation?
He was dressed in all red. That's what I assumed. And Jet even said he was Fire Nation.
Yeah, but Jet would say anything.
True.
I feel like maybe. Actually, no. The old man, no. But maybe like the other civilians, just like the Earth Kingdom civilians, would totally do it. Like,
yeah, but I don't think a Fire Nation anyone would be like, oh yeah, we should leave. Like, we should listen to him. Like, I don't think.
But I feel like there's more Earth people in the village.
Yeah, it's an Earth Kingdom village.
Also, why would it matter if he convinced like the Fire Nation people? Are they being held hostage in the village, or don't the Fire Nation want them to like leave or something? So why would it matter if Sokka rolled up and he was like, "Yo, Earth people, let's get out of here."
No. The Fire Nation wants to occupy
you can
it.
come too if you want. Like, no, I lost Andrea. Hello?
No, you didn't. I'm literally right here talking to you. I'm literally talking.
Technical difficulties. Give us.
I'm literally talking.
You're back.
I've never left.
Are you? Could you hear me?
Yeah, I was talking to you.
Oh, you were gone for me. Sorry.
Wow. Fake?
I'm literally talking. I just got that. Yeah, I couldn't hear you, so I stopped talking. I forgot what I was saying. I was saying that Earth people can leave and Fire Nation could come along if they wanted to. Because are they being held hostage? Like, we're not hostage, but like, is the Earth Kingdom people allowed to leave the village?
I feel like they are, maybe. I feel like it's like a Haru's town being occupied sort of situation.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So, I mean, it does.
But also, I don't know. I feel like even if, like, with the fact that he had the Fire Nation guards like attention, why would he still say anything?
Right. Well, the fire guards thought he was
they could force the Earth. But then, like, if they listen to him, they could just have the Earth Kingdom people. They could just trap them there and have them all killed by the dam exploding.
Right. But I don't think. Well, I don't think the Fire Nation wants to kill people. they just want to expand the Fire Nation, right?
Yeah, they want everyone to be Fire Nation.
Right. So then I don't think the Fire Nation's really, I mean, they're painted in like this bad negative thing, but because I mean, they're going about it the wrong way, but I don't think they're out there to just kill people, you know? Like
I
they
think it
need
depends on the resistance.
from the people?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I guess these people have just been really docile that, they're la-di-da.
Yeah, maybe it's like once you give in, it's just like after a while you might become friends or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. As the old man, I would have what would I don't even know what you could say to convince people that like, hey, this guy's telling the truth.
Right? Like,
Like who
what do you
would
say?
believe
Yeah, I
him?
got jumped by some kids, and this one was like the least shitty of those kids. So we should listen to him. Cause like Sokka didn't do anything to help him. He just told like Jet and them like, hey, stop. He's just an old man.
Mhm.
Like if Sokka might have like helped the guy up because he just left him laying on the floor, like,
Right. Yeah, I feel like they should have done that. I swear I thought he did do that. Like he gave him a helping hand to help him up, but yeah, he doesn't do that. So
nope.
he's just like, bye. What do you think about like Jet's views? Do you agree with his point of view? Like destroying a village to get rid of Fire Nation? Does that justify the
Okay.
means and stuff?
Personally, I'm not a utilitarianist the way Jet seems to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like for those listening, utilitarianism is where you weigh out all your options and it's pros and cons, and the pros have to outweigh each other. So like no matter what the cons are, if the pros on one side are better than the other, like you go with the one that's like the greater good for the like it's a greater good for everyone. So like so his thing is like, oh yeah, this village will be, or like this is it the village or like the forest?
The village will be destroyed.
So it's like the forest would be better without the Fire Nation there.
Mm-hmm.
Like actual utilitarianism, like you have to think about it, like would it actually be better off? Because let's say you would get rid of the Fire Nation, so that that's a good thing, but it's like how many Fire Nation soldiers are there, and does the amount of people leaving equal or is greater than the amount of people dying in the Earth Kingdom village from the dam being exploded? And then I feel like it wouldn't even out. I feel like there aren't that many soldiers in this forest. Like I feel like we hardly see any in this episode for it to even like actually even out, and for Jet's point to even
Right.
seem logical from a utilitarianist standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't agree with it. Like I know he's like, oh, like no one understands war like we do, Sokka, but like I still, yeah, I don't know. He's like wrong either way.
I feel like if they had shown like more Fire Nation camps around or something like that,
Yeah.
um, I don't agree with Jet. Like I don't think I'm more on Sokka's side where yeah, the Fire Nation's there, but if it means like destroying the village, you shouldn't you don't do it because that's
Yeah. They
kind
had
of
nothing to do with it.
yeah, it's also like what the fire like that's what the Fire Nation's doing. They're destroying everything that they're coming in contact with to like spread their nation sort of thing. Like they're trying to do like they think the Fire Nation's the best, so that that's kind of what they're doing. So Jet is just like the enemy, and I feel like in order to you don't want to become bad. I have fucking words are hard. I'm trying to. It's right there in my head. I just don't know what sentence to put it in. um, you don't
It's
throw away your
like
values.
it's like that Batman quote, you know?
Yes, yes, I
You
love
either
that.
die a hero or you
You
live
live
long
long
enough
enough
to
to
see
suffer.
yourself become the villain.
Yes,
I've
and
never seen Batman before, but I do know that quote.
it's a good quote. Said twice, comes in a full circle. But yeah, exactly that message right there. So I'm on Sokka's side, but I think the best way to, I don't know, I feel like if you annoyed the Fire Nation enough, you could figure out a different way to get rid of them. I kind of like their Robin Hood approach to it, where they're kind of just picking off and kind of like messing with the Fire Nation. I feel like that's how the their little group started, but they have obviously have like kind of lost their ways, and their hearts have become full of hate, and hate only leads to more hate, and the only way to beat hate is with love. Thank you.
Wow.
Not to get
Just wow.
political or anything.
You're gonna win the Miss Universe pageant, Daniel. I know it.
I love puppies.
Okay. So what bothered me a lot, like a lot in this episode.
It's Katara, yeah, too.
Well, yeah, that too. Um, is like, okay, so you mentioned earlier how like no one acted their character in this episode.
Hmm.
And like, especially fucking Aang.
Yes,
Like he's looking like it's very obvious Katara's like googly eyes over Jet. Aang does not get jealous once.
right. That I
Like
don't.
I feel like that would have been like a pretty important like I feel like it should have been shown at some point.
I feel like that part was supposed that needed to happen, but it didn't happen because then Sokka wouldn't be alone. Because if that happened, it would 100% be on Sokka's side, and I feel like that bothered me a lot too. Because I don't know why it wasn't put in there because that would obviously happen. I feel like
Yeah, like
in another episode it does happen. It totally like even it happens with her and Zuko.
mhm.
Yeah, so like and that wasn't even like a legit thing. This is more of a legit thing. And Aang's like,
And it's right in front of
blah,
him.
blah,
And he's
blah,
just
I'm
like
gonna go swing on fucking trees or whatever. And it's like, no. That's
it's like
how it would happen.
how is he like hypnotized by Jet too? Like
And like
it doesn't
Jet's
make sense.
kind of like violent and stuff. I don't think Aang would ever like become attracted to that kind of thing. I think he would, as a nomad, he'd be like, "This is not right," sort of thing, or like he would have questions. I feel like they're always asking questions, and no one was asking questions in this episode. They just
Literally no one.
took it as like, "Oh, okay, we met these strangers in the woods. They must be awesome and safe." How old is Jet?
Um I mean, I feel like he's around the same age as Sokka.
He looked older because he's like taller and Sokka's like shorter than Jet. I don't know if that's because they're trying to make him look better than Sokka, sort of thing. But I felt to me like he was way older.
Did you just hear that noise my throat made?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I just
I'm leaving it in.
it's because I was looking at the poll results right now.
Oh no. The
Yeah.
the voting is happening now, folks. I
Yeah.
was so mad
Yeah.
at this episode that I thought that we should just talk about the polls and just give you like an update as to what's going on right now. But
All
I was
right.
like, no.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give a current update right now if I can get the right words in English. So it's currently 7:43 p.m. Central Time, and there are
Wow.
85 electoral votes and 48.69% of popular votes for Joe Biden, and 61 electoral votes and 50.8% popular vote for Donald Trump.
Missouri's blue. That is surprising to me.
No, it's not.
It
Oh,
is.
oh my God, it is. What the heck? What?
I
But
know.
it's only 2% of votes counted.
Okay, but still, I didn't even think it would turn blue at any point.
I did not think Missouri would be blue either. I'm very
Me
surprised.
too.
Wow. How's Minnesota doing?
I don't think they're in
Haven't
yet.
counted votes yet.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh my God, what? Oh my God, please. Oh my God, Texas, please go blue.
Texas is blue right now.
Texas,
Why are these
it's
states that aren't? This is weird.
out of the ordinary, but I'm enjoying it. So, Anyways, okay.
Anyways, yeah.
So back to how much I hate this episode. So nothing frustrated me more than by how much Jet kicked Aang's ass in this episode.
Yeah. I
Like I
agree
know
there.
Aang said I don't want to fight you,
Hmm.
but like there's a certain point where you just got to stop and just beat the shit out of someone.
Yeah. Aang was going too soft on him. I mean, a bunch of people's lives were at stake. I would have just like taken a deep breath and blown really hard at that guy and just bye, you know.
Literally.
Also,
His little sword things were way too OP for what they were.
what are those? Are they hooks? Are they swords? What the fuck are they?
I think like one of them has a hook on it, one of them's like a sword, but either way, it's way too OP.
He's not that good. They made him too good. There's no way
Yeah.
this kid is that good. Aang is literally a master. He's a master. He's mastered his element. He should have. Yeah, he was. Aang was definitely going way too easy on him. But even like Katara, there's that scene at once they find out they're gonna blow up the dam, and Jet like touches her face. That face touch shouldn't even have happened. If I was Katara, you would have fallen off that cliff because where's my brother? You don't know.
Literally.
And that even if the face touch does happen, that face touch was way too long. Katara, what are you doing? Like
you backhand him.
like they're just too nice, and they're not usually this nice. I feel.
No, they're not.
And it's just
usually they're pretty ruthless.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just made also I didn't like because it's not Katara. They made her like girly. I guess she doesn't have much boy experience, but family I feel comes way before any boy, and she would totally trust Sokka more than this rando dude that sexually awakened her, I guess, or whatever. But it's like I just bother me. It's like this is not Katara. You made her like a girl, and she's not like a girl, you know? Not feminist enough for
Okay,
me.
I agree with that, but just, play devil's advocate. Um like Suki in the Warriors of Kyoshi episode, she was like, "Yeah, I'm a warrior, but I'm a girl too." I mean, like give Sokka a kiss on the cheek. Like we may not see that side of Katara as much, well, because you mentioned like she's not really around guys her age, but like I feel like that's also something to consider for her.
Yeah, but it also doesn't make sense with Chet. I don't know. I just don't. Well, I don't like Chet at all. I think he's a creep, and
Well, yeah.
and but the big I don't know that big part is that she is choosing Chet's side over Sokka, and it's Sokka, it's your brother. Like I don't. It doesn't feel like Katara would do that. You know, like
Yeah.
like even on well maybe I don't know because in the first episode she was about to leave with Aang.
That's true. Yeah, she was ready to risk it all.
So I don't know. Maybe Katara's just not a good sister. Uh,
I mean, try traveling the world with your brother.
I mean,
I've been living with my brother for almost a month now, and I'm ready to just like I literally screamed at him the other day to hop off my dick. So that's how that's going. So I get that.
it's a big jump, though. I'm saying you have a big dick. You're welcome.
Jesus Christ.
Family friendly, folks.
Yeah, right, for sure. Okay, it was kind of like small, but I feel like in the beginning, Aang would have like shat himself when he realized that Pipsqueak was actually Pipsqueak. He was like, "You think my name's funny?" Like, I feel like actual Aang would have shat himself and been like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to make fun of your name." But he's like, "Yeah, that was hilarious." Ha! Like, no. Like
I
every single one of them would have been like, "Oh my god, he just fucked with the wrong dude."
like that he stood his ground like that, but at the same time, everyone in this episode besides Sokka seems to be like the dumb meter, just like crank it all the way up. Because yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from there. Literally in my notes, like every other note, it's like Katara's so fucking dumb. It's like every time it gets more caps. Would you agree that Jet and the Freedom Fighters, those kids are kind of like fucked up?
Oh, absolutely.
Like they're very there's some
They've had to develop their own
Azula-ness.
moral compasses.
Yeah, it's
Like there's like nature versus nurture, and they've had no one to nurture them. So the only thing that they have to nurture them is the violence from the Fire Nation. So because all they know is violence and killing and all this stuff,
mm-hmm.
that's what they're going to apply and think that that's how you're going to solve all of these problems.
Like I said, violence and hate never the way. Love will always prosper.
I'm
Daniel
trying to
2020.
no, I'm thinking of Zuko's speech in the last episode,
What's the
you know, when he's like giving that speech to everyone and gets super I'm always crying when he's giving this speech. But he's always just like, we can now enter an era of peace and love, and we can rebuild and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad. The only thing I liked about this episode was the ending. And okay, it's not the because it was over joke.
Because it was over.
Um where they're like, let me guess, your instincts told you. And then he's like, yeah, like they're right. And then Aang's like, we're going the wrong way, right? And he goes, and sometimes they're wrong. Only part I liked.
Well, let's talk about that real quick. Well, not that, but Sokka's instincts. What are your thoughts on Sokka's instincts?
I think they are very okay. I think they're right.
They're
I
right.
oh my god, did you hear all those filler words? Oh, I don't want to don't send me a sound wave of that. So I think his instincts are always right, but then the way they're presented in the show in the beginning makes it seem like they're really dumb, but in the end it's what always ends up working out.
Yes.
Minus the day of Black Sun, but that's a different story.
Do you,
That wasn't all his fault.
yeah, that was a lot going on. It's too much to put on one person. I feel like Sokka kind of stays the same.
The only growth he has is that he becomes a little less sexist.
Yeah, but I don't know how they did it, but at some point he stopped being like I guess people just started taking him more serious or something. But because he's always been smart. Like even in the last episode, he like tricks the pirates into like getting fighting with each other, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The previous episode, it didn't work, but he always has decent ideas that might work, like trying to open the door with the fire bombs, that kind of thing. So I originally said like Sokka's annoying and dumb, but rewatching it this time, he's really smart.
He's really smart.
And I don't think they would have gotten out of a lot of situations without him. And yeah, I don't like that Katara was picking on his instincts too much. Where you can tell Sokka's instincts to
You
carry.
can ask to carry. Yep. Sokka's instincts. Like, just shut up, please. Like, you got your point across the first time.
Yeah.
Don't beat a dead horse.
I don't like Katara. I used to. I don't know what it is, but
very
this
love-hate relationship.
watch, like I used to be all about Katara, but now that I'm actually paying like really close attention to these episodes, I'm not saying Katara's a bad character. I just fucking like don't like her sometimes. It's just like I don't know if it's the writing or it's just Katara. I think it's just fucking Katara. It's like stop. Stop. It's just annoying. It's just I don't know. They give her like dumb things and it bothers me because especially this one, I don't like Katara in this. It's just don't like Jet. Don't like anyone in this episode. I like
I like Longshot because he doesn't say anything.
I like Smellerby.
She's a great character.
She is a great character. Who's your favorite? Oh, I guess you said Longshot.
Yeah. Okay. Longshot's my favorite.
Yeah, I think Smellerby is my favorite. And do you have anything else? I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything else.
I don't.
But I just don't like this episode at all.
Neither.
And we don't like it so much. We spent a lot of time talking about why we don't like it so much.
I'll tell you one thing. Okay, I didn't like the way it was happening, but I did like I kind of like the fight between Chad and Aang. I wish he had gone full like Airbender. I think it would have been way cooler. But I do like the like kind of fighting in the trees sort of thing. I don't know. It's something I'm looking forward to seeing in the live action, just because I think it would look pretty cool.
Ugh. Live action.
Which reminds me of something I have to ask you about after this episode.
Okay.
And I think that's it. Yep, I got nothing else. This episode was not good.
Garbage. 0 out of 10.
I'd give it a
Would not
1.
recommend.
I would give it a 1 for Sokka's instincts. Sorry for destroying it. Not really. It's their fault for making a bad episode. Man, these last few episodes have made me wonder what's up with Avatar. I don't remember it being so bad.
I was never a fan of these episodes, so nothing's changed for me.
I don't like the next one either.
I think I like the next one. It's the Great Divide for those of you who don't know.
Yes. So next week we'll be talking about the Great Divide. I don't know what comes after that, but I know what comes after that, and I'm excited.
After the Great Divide is the Storm.
That's a good one. I like that one.
And after the Storm is the Blue Spirit.
Yes.
And then the Fortune Teller.
That's a good one.
And then Bato of the Water Tribe.
Don't remember that one. People keep bringing that up, and I don't know what the fuck that means.
Oh, I love Bato of the Water Tribe. That's such a good episode. Anyways, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yes. So
next week is the Great Divide.
So before we close this out, if you've made it this far, I should have put this at the beginning, but we were too involved about talking about chicken nuggets pretending to be wings.
Oh my God! Do not say that.
And
listen, it's my bedtime. It's 8:00 now. Wrap this up.
Okay. I just want to know. I mentioned a little bit, but not too much. I want to know where people are listening from. We would like to know, and I would also want to know what people are listening to on. I know most of the people we've told about have been listening on Spotify, but I know we've gotten some unknown listeners, and I just want to know where to put it. If there's like a certain podcast site that it hasn't been put on, let us know, and I will make sure to upload it so it's easier for you to access. And just always share the podcast, please. It helps out. We're trying to grow and do stuff. I have big ideas, but in order for these big ideas for me to commit to them, we need more listeners. But yeah, what else? Feel free to comment below if you're on YouTube, or DM us topics or things you want us to talk about, and email us at pippinpaddleopsicopolis@gmail with topics, songs, whatever. Or you can reach us on Instagram at pippinpaddleopsicopolis podcast on Instagram. I'm thinking about making a Twitter, so you might be able to tweet for us soon. Oh, and one more thing. Is Thursday good? I'm thinking of moving the podcast to earlier in the week, possibly a day earlier, or possibly on Mondays. If you can let us know what days you would like the podcast to come out, and that way you can listen to it or whatever, just trying to get some feedback here. Yeah, I don't know, Andrea, do you have anything you want to add?
No.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Work was rough today. My brain needs a break.
She needs a break. So yeah, just let us know. And other than that, I think that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and always make sure to share, like, subscribe, all of the fun stuff. Follow us, and we'll see you guys next week. You'll listen to us next week as we discuss the Great Divide. So yeah. Bye.
Bye.